Hey there, it's Jordan from the Jordan Davis podcast. Before we get the video started, I just want to thank everyone that has liked, subscribed, even comment on my videos. And I want to thank you for everyone that has supported me while doing YouTube and everything, to really encourage me to keep on doing it. From family, from friends, from my close friend Christy. I want to thank everyone. I want to give everyone a big shout out. Just really thanking them. And this is my thank you to all my friends and everyone. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy the podcast. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Jordan Davis podcast. I am your host, Jordan, and on today's episode we got some breaking news. And when I mean breaking news, I mean Spider-Man, like big news that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about Doctor Strange officially being confirmed about being in the next Spider-Man movie. Now, that is some, like I said, that's some pretty big news, because there has been some rumblings about what is this new Spider-Man 3 going to be about, because there's been rumors about being like maybe other kinds of past Spider-Man might be in Spider-Man 3, and we also have to remember Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, that past franchise, bringing back Jamie Foxx as Electro, as his version of Electro. He's going to be in Spider-Man 3, the MCU version of Spider-Man 3. And that is really just crazy, because this is going to be really the first time we ever going to see characters of versions of characters that were in other franchise that ended, that are coming back. And I think it's all because of what Marvel is truly going to do. They're going to do this multiverse of madness, because if you think about it, if you've been keeping up, WandaVision is really going to be, going to tell us everything we need to know, and how this multiverse happens in WandaVision, and how things just open up. Because I truly believe what happens at the end of that show will affect the MCU as a large, but also will go right into Spider-Man 3, whatever that is going to be called. Now, I don't know if it's going to be called Home Again. I don't know if that the word home is going to be in the title. But with this multiverse, I am expecting like a lot of things we can see, because if you remember what we saw in Spider-Man Far From Home, at the end, I personally thought, okay, we're going to deal with a solo Spider-Man story trying to, get his identity back because of what Mysterio did, if you remembered the end credit scene. I kind of thought they would go that direction and maybe bring in like a lawyer, like a famous like Marvel lawyer, like Matt Murdock, or since they just recently cast She-Hulk, and she's actually a lawyer in the comics, I thought it was like, oh, okay, they're going to introduce her in Spider-Man, then they're going to go into She-Hulk TV series and go that way. But if they're gonna do like this big multiverse and Spider-Man is a huge part in telling that story, for me, I really think it's just going to be really, it might be, a small part of the movie, because this multiverse thing is really going to take a lot of time with the movie and with Spider-Man. Now, with the Doctor Strange role, people were like saying, how big is this Doctor Strange role going to be? I really do think it's just going to be like an Iron Man role. If you remember in Spider-Man Homecoming, he was only in for about 10 minutes of screen time. And I really think that's going to be the same, because I think you're going to have a lot of Doctor Strange in his movie. Because I think Spider-Man 3 is going to lead right into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. And I do think it just makes sense that Spider-Man's going to be in that movie as well. So as we know, WandaVision is going to start everything off with the multiverse. It's going to head right into Spider-Man. It's going to deal with all of everything with him. Then I think Spider-Man will, head into the Multiverse of Madness. I don't think he's going to be there at that long. I think he's going to have the same screen time that I think Doctor Strange is going to have in Spider-Man 3 or whatever they're going to call it. But yeah, as a Spider-Man fan, as a Marvel Comics fan, I've always wanted a Doctor Strange and Spider-Man team up, because they've had so many great adventures in the comics, and they're so tied together because they basically live so close together in New York. And maybe that's how, his identity is back because of Doctor Strange. So I thought them doing that could be a really cool way, because they have to fix all this multiverse and at the same time help him to really get his identity back in order. So they really don't have to use like Daredevil or She-Hulk. So what do I think of that? I think it's pretty awesome. Not what I was expecting. I'm going to be perfectly honest right there. Not what I was expecting. I didn't think they would go and have Spider-Man deal with the multiverse this quickly. I thought they would slowly set up like this big Spiderverse, kind of thing. Now they still might do that. To have like an even bigger, grandiose, Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame kind of hype level that they can use. So I think they could still do that. They still have the option of doing that, but doing a multiverse with Doctor Strange and doing this, like, I wouldn't say it's a big arc. I would say it's like mini arcs. Because if you all remember, Kevin Feige did say when he was announcing all the TV shows and all the new movies for, Phase 5 and further, that there would not be like big arcs going throughout the phases. There's going to be like mini arcs that like take place between 3 movies, and it ends in a particular movie, then there's a new one started. And I think that's what Kevin Feige meant by that, by doing the multiverse and starting in the TV show, then really dealing with the fallout in one movie, then concluding that arc in another one. And I think that's really cool. I really didn't know they would do it like this, but I'm really excited. I am tremendously excited. I'm excited to see Doctor Strange with Spider-Man, because, like I said, that's going to be a great adventure. And the possibilities that could happen in Spider-Man 3, it could be like Civil War or Avengers Infinity War kind of hype of characters you never thought you would see in the MCU from past franchise are going to happen in this movie. So that's going to be really exciting. And it's going to be really interesting how they, continue on with Spider-Man after Spider-Man 3, because I truly don't believe that they're going to end this franchise at 3. There's a reason why they cast Spider-Man young. You're probably going to get 3, 6, heck, you might even get 9 Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland. So that's a big possibility in my mind. And I can very easily see the MCU introducing Miles Morales alongside Tom Holland, as we all have seen in the PS4 video game, and maybe down the road, Peter Parker is training Miles Morales, to be a Spider-Man. But that's like really down the road. But I truly believe that at the end of the day, Sony's and Marvel's plan is to make a live-action Spider-Verse. To me, there is no bigger Spider-Man movie than that. Because you have so many years of Spider-Man in the pop culture, and if you can bring back Tobey Maguire, you can bring back Andrew Garfield alongside with Tom Holland, that is truly a movie that's going to make a lot of money. And even if it's really good, I think it can make close to like Avengers Infinity War and Endgame kind of money if it's really good, if they do it right. So yeah, it's to be excited about. You have a lot of things. If you're a Spider-Man fan, if you're an MCU fan, if you're just a Marvel fan, you have a lot of things to be excited about, and there's a lot of possibilities they can go. But wherever they go, I'm on for the ride, and I am really, really excited to see what exactly they're going to do. So yeah, that's really what I think about this breaking news about Spider-Man and Doctor Strange being the same movie for Spider-Man 3. And yeah, it's just, I can't wait what else we can expect. And yeah, it's going to be exciting. I can't wait to hear what other news they have in store. And of course, whenever new news about Spider-Man, about Doctor Strange, about anything MCU is going around, you can be sure to always check at the Jordan Davis podcast to keep you updated on every Spider-Man, Marvel, MCU storyline going around in the universe. So I want to thank you all for listening to me about my thoughts about everything's going on, and I can't wait to do more. So if you want to hear more about my videos and podcasts, make sure to like, subscribe, and also comment so I know what you are thinking, what you think about all of this is going on. So until next time, you all have a blessed and awesome week. I'm out.